What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another MLB Innings 25 video. We are back today with another showcase video. Before we get started, I just wanted to shout out our first and only member, Mikey. Huge thank you to him for his continued support on the channel. But with that, we will just start right into the showcase. Still a little behind, so I'm trying to do 2 a week. So I'm hoping to get this one out on time as well, and then I'm going to film another one right after as well to make sure it comes out since I do leave soon. So I want to make sure that, I have some videos coming out. First up, though, we have a fellow clubmate of mine, if I could find him. Okay, I might be blind. Hold up. If I have to just go to our club and do it, then I'll go do that, but man, I got a lot of friend requests. Alright, let's just go to the club and do it there. Makes it easier. Alright, so starting off first, we have Pico, clubmate of mine, actually from Korea, so we have a Korean clubmate, which is pretty cool, I think. So, like, scheduling is all different for him, but I think it's pretty cool. We have a 127 overall Brewers team, clearly since 2020. I'm not going to try to figure out what those dates mean. But, yeah, so we have almost a full SIG lineup, one legend, and then still one normal. And then I think Ozzy might have B-Chem on the bench. Yep. So starting off, we have Ben Ogilvy, Pioneer BIU prediction. Yeah, so nothing too crazy. Low I for prediction. BIU, that's not bad. Crazy train, though. His stats to the left side are nuts. Holy crap. But looks pretty good to me. I think that's within the 65%, so that looks good. Eventually getting a higher set. I wouldn't say waste anything on this, since I don't personally like BIU a ton as much anymore, and obviously his eye is not very high for predictions, so you can't exactly swap that up or swap that to be 8 and BIU 4, since it's not really high enough. So I think just eventually getting a higher set on him. Home run hitter, that's a pretty good one. That's some crazy percentages, though. Yeah, I can see why you have the B sat now, but that looks good to me. Second up, we have Ralph Kiner, Content Master Prediction BIU. That's disgusting. That is so filthy. I have a similar set on my Kiner on my Jays. Not prediction. It's Charisma BIU instead, but it's still very nice. I don't remember what his contact's up to. It might be 81. Or something, I think, if I'm not mistaken, but it's still really good. The trainers look really good as well, so that looks great to me. And then a really high really high percentage leading hitter. That looks great. Really good set. Really good card as well. Then we have Jesus Aguilar, Chance Maker, Charisma, Slugger Instinct. Unfortunate that such a high base power guy has Chance Maker. Not exactly ideal on high power guys. So what I might be thinking here is I would personally potentially try shorting Slugger Instinct and having power lower, because Slugger Instinct and Chance really conflict, and you also don't need power out of a Chance. You want the opposite. You would want like power to be in the 140 range here, and then contact and eye to be in the 160s, just because that's Chance. I would also probably not have him at the 3. I'd probably swap him and Kiner, but it's kind of tough with something like that. Like, it's kind of unfortunate, especially with a guy who has such high base power. So yeah, like, that's just like a thought process you could do there. Just play around with things, see that, and then home run hitter out of position, that's fine. Yeah, just because those are very conflicting skills, and just having that high of power on Chance Maker is just unfortunate. Like, I feel like that seems to be a common theme. Everybody pulls Chance on these high base power cards and never on like those actual like chance making cards, like, you know what I mean, like where they have high eye, high contact, high speed, and then like no power, like Ozzie Smith type of cards. Like, that's like a Chance Maker card with their new skills. Speaking of, legends now are signature cards, which is kind of crazy. That's a crazy update. So now, like, yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy. I think they're really pushing out legends now, from what I'm seeing. Assuming you get the team sigs. If you don't have a team sig of like these legend cards, obviously it doesn't really matter. But still wild. Fourth up, we have Travis Shaw, hard hitter prediction BIU. Not bad once again. I mean, the skill pairing's not great. If you ever have an excess of greens or you ever have premium greens or anything, like I would probably change this set. I mean, his eye is just barely too short to keep prediction, since it's only 74 and you can't really base that adjust it because of hard hitter. And I think that BAU, it's not great, and also it's just not really ideal as a first or like a second, sorry, behind hard hitter for me. Like you want like charisma would be really good. Obviously, normally I would say prediction, but can't really use that here. Uh, Charisma would be really good to have with it. Even spotlight wouldn't be too bad. Obviously, you can't really do 5 tool on him based off the base side adjust and stuff. Home run hitter at D. Okay. Wait, what's Kiner's? It's a DH. Yeah, it's a DH option. Yeah, so you definitely can't do that. I mean, if you really wanted, you could swap this one onto Shaw. Like, even though it's a higher main percentages, because it's an out of position, you could swap it because the higher main percentages would kick in, and he would miss out on the position options. But the position options on this would hit on Kiner. Um, you could try that. I don't know. Probably wouldn't necessarily, but that is something you could do. Then we have Arcia, really bad card, like just a really bad card. Batters inside 5 tools, slugger instinct. The fact that you still got 5 tool on this card is crazy. Or 15, yeah, that's crazy. This card sucks. Like, it is so bad. $13 is 81, so that's 95. You could probably undo that base side adjust. I don't think you need that 3 speed. I probably would, because you don't really need that much speed. Like, yeah, he's just kind of... It just sucks. This card sucks. It's just really bad. But yeah, good set. I mean, not a bad table set or masterclass, I guess, but not the greatest either. Christian Yelich, I know he recently got this again. Babble hitter, BIU, spray, that's really nice. Damn! 180 contact. That's crazy. Okay, that is nuts. 180 is wild. Damn. Sucks that power's not even 3. I would test maybe shorting BAU and having Babble hitter at 6. Obviously, it won't look as good. I know a lot of people like to have it for the aesthetics and shit. I agree sometimes, but I would maybe swap that around. Just test it out. Then we have Fernando Vina, strategist, spray, 5 tool. Oh shit. I like the levels. I mean, his contact's pretty low for having spray, even if it is at 4. But yeah, he is 5 tool trained. So you kind of have to have it like that. Looks like 95, I would assume. If you could have done less speed out of these, that would be great for the trainers, but not a huge deal. And so leading hitter, I mean, it's in all positions. That's nice. Then we have Scott Podsednik, 333, born to be star prediction, and BAU. I would just hope for a special card to replace this as soon as possible. It's a 333, which is nice. Again, a BAU prediction on a low eye and stuff, not great, but not the worst for sure. Then we have William Contreras, chance maker, laser beam prediction. That's pretty nice. Prediction obviously not great. I would maybe just be set to field and just short prediction here. You don't really need it anyways, since he's not really an offensive card, and then have chance maker at 6. Elite fielding, that's really, wow, good percentages, but that looks great. Now on to the pitching side. Really good. I know he has like 6 legends. 6, or is that somebody else? Okay, either way, he has like 6 he has a bunch of starting pitcher legends, which is crazy. But starting off with Denny McLain, slow starter, boss mess. Yeah, I would probably look for control master on him, or fireball. Either way works. But the train's perfect, no complaints there. Yeah, slow starter and boss aren't great on legends, so I'd definitely look to swap that around eventually if you can. Although I know you have some Sigs in backup, so maybe not. But yeah, but he is one of the better ones, so I would definitely look to swap around. Then we have Juan Marichal, control master, boss mess. Once again, boss, not amazing. Another really good train, holy shit. And some really nice trainers, that's crazy. But looks good to me. Corner work master, that's great. Then we have Corbin Burns, 21. Train. Oh, this is yeah, I was just about to say this is a bad train, but then I remembered it could be Mr. Perfect, and that's exactly what it is. Mr. Perfect, pitcher coordinator, Finn. That's a nasty set. I mean, that's really, really nice. I will say the fastball does seem a little high. Just a little bit. At 142, but I can understand for sure. Um, Still looks good to me. Well, I'm yawning already. Holy shit. And then overwhelming pressure, that's really nice. Yeah, no complaints. I mean, I'm pretty sure he has 5 pitches, so that's really good. Then we have Freddie Peralta, 21, Control Master Fin Ace. That's crazy. Wow, I just voice cracked like 5 times in like 3 seconds. Holy shit. I'd probably retrain though. The right side's just a little high at 21. I mean, it's still solid, so not a main priority, but you could definitely retrain and go for a little better. That's a nasty set. I'd probably have him 1, Burns 2, Marischal 3, and then McLean 4 in your rotation. Actually, I'd have Marischal 5, or no, Marischal 4, McLean 5, and Sutton at 3 probably. Control Master Dom Boss, that's really good. Another fantastic train. I mean, that's crazy. And the train, wow, trainers are nasty. Holy. Another really good one. No complaints here. Looks insane. Then we have Hater 19, starting off the pen. Fireballer Boss, not great. Definitely got a higher for sure. Train is pretty solid too. 34 left, 20 to the right. That looks great. A nice percentage. Cornwork Master. Then we have Derek Turnbow. Another low set. Definitely got a hunt higher. I just hit my mic. Fireballer Mess. Definitely got a hunt higher. Another pretty solid train too. High percentage rising fastball specialist. Devin Williams. There's a high set, but unfortunately it's on the normal. Unfortunately, Iron Will. I would probably just green this. Not really worth keeping an Iron Will, but another pretty solid train there. Nasty pitch, good percentage as well. Then we have Tyler Thornburg, no legend set. Definitely got to get a legend set on him for sure, especially when you're pushing for plat. Can't do that. So I would try to take from stamina. He doesn't even look like he would hit S tier pitches, so I would definitely check that as well, because that break gets pretty low there. Then we have Trevor Hoffman. Definitely need a legend set on him as well. Could probably use a retrain a little high on the right. Jordan Lyles, PCAM, perfect. And then Doug Jones, Control Master, Elite Closer. Yeah, definitely going to need a lot of higher level sets in the pen. You could also probably use a retrain on him. Definitely the pen needs a lot of love. Like a lot of love. And yeah, he doesn't hit that second option, which kind of sucks. But that's a really, really nice overwhelming pressure. I mean, that's sexy. But overall, really good looking squad. I mean, you got the 3-3-3s on the 2 SIG starting pitchers. A lot of good sets in the in the lineup as well. So overall, really solid looking squad from my clubmate. All right, second up we have Alex and his free-to-play Red Sox team, 122 overall, full black diamond already, so that looks great off the rip. Starting off with Verdugo 20, 64 base SIG. Obviously not great SIG, but you know that's what you get when you're free-to-play. Can't really complain too much. Pioneer BIU batting machine, solid set, 3-3-1. Not the craziest, but definitely usable for now. He's in left field. That's a really nice home run hitter as well. Left field, so yeah, that looks pretty good. I mean, the speed does look a bit low. So I would maybe consider retraining. I'd go power 1 against I2. You could maybe even go speed 3. I'd probably keep contact at 3 though, but I'd definitely have speed pretty high. Like if you could get a lot less field, like if you could take away, let's say 5 here and then go like spread that between these 4, that would be great. That'd probably be optimal, to me at least, if you could do that. But looks pretty good to me. Then we have Andre Dawson at DH, bubble hitter, spotlight, strength and strength. Definitely got to get strength and strength off there. Train looks really good though. Outfield wise, okay, interesting. Interesting to see what your outfield looks like. I mean, his right side's pretty low, but yeah, definitely interesting to see. Line drive machine, that looks good. Definitely got to get strength and strength off though for sure. Then we have Mookie Betts, Pioneer, Charisma, BIU. What was this? Okay, that's a really nice set. Not on his best year, 72, but pretty close. And then power hitter at left. Yeah, okay, I can understand that. Yeah, I mean, it looks good to me. I don't even know what to say. Yeah, he can be in right for sure. Then we have Euclid, Pioneer, Charisma, Strength and Strength. Definitely got to get Strength and Strength, but it is a 3-3-1, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Train looks good to me. Oh my god. Hitting expert. That's pretty bad. Pretty buns. If you ever have like, if I go through and I see any of the ones you could maybe craft, this is a pretty bad one. It's also out of position. Out of position and hitting expert doesn't really work together. Ugh. And then we have Babe Ruth, Born to Be a Star prediction 5-tool. That's crazy. That Babe Ruth has a 5-tool train. That's just wild to me. 9 is what? 71, so this is 92. Okay, yeah. That's nuts. And then line drive machine out of position. That's crazy. Yeah, I can see. The good thing he's in center field. That's exactly where he should be. Yeah, definitely shouldn't be anywhere but center field. So that looks good to me. Then we have Bogarts at shortstop. Pioneer, Spotlight, Master Base Thief. Definitely want to get a higher level set on him eventually if you can. Oh my god, I keep messing. 70. Okay, yeah, I can see why. Unfortunately, it's a batting eye, but still good that you got the percentages done. It's unfortunate that's a batting eye, and it's not really a high percentage main one, but still looks good to me. Then we have Vasquez, chance maker, charisma. I would green until laser beam on him if I were you. I'd also move him to the 9 hole. Chance maker is best in 1, 2, or 9, 8 or 1, 2, 8 or 9. Train looks solid. Eventually, when you do get laser beam, I would retrain him to be a max field train. Just get it as high as you can. It's kind of what you want to do. Then you have a leading hitter. Yeah, I does not hit close to 76, so that's unfortunate again. But at least you have that. And then eventually, I put an elite fielding on him and swap this leading hitter onto somebody else as well. Then we have David Ortiz, batter's insight. So you can't short batter's insight ever. Never, never, never. So I would short batter machine. It also sucks anyways. So you got to re-level this immediately. Train-wise, I would probably redo it to have a lot less eye. And if you can, a lot shorter of a right side. I mean, you don't need speed or anything out of the train, but you get 20 from batter's insight to eye at level 6, which is what it should be. So you could go like a super high power. So like you go like a super high power 1, contact 2, and then you could do like a low I 3. Because right now these would even out, and then contact would be pretty short. So I would probably do that. Gas hitter first, that's pretty solid. Not great, but not amazing. And then Brockhold at second, chance maker, charisma. So, oof. I don't really know what to do here. I guess you could go 8, 9 with Vasquez and Holt, I guess. I would also move Ortiz up. Excuse me. I would probably move him up. So I would go Bogey 7, Euclid 6, Ortiz 4. Although Ortiz is on batter's insight. Oh, I don't know. Whichever of Ortiz, Betts, Euclid, Ruth have the highest slugging, I would have in the 4th slot. And then I would maybe have Ortiz in the 3, but Betts is there. So maybe slide Verdugo down, but he is a sig. Oof, I'm not sure. I would play around, but I'd definitely have Bogart 7, Vasquez 8, Holt 9. Then the top 6, you would have to play around with, because that Ortiz set is pretty nice. You could keep it at the bottom of the order, because it could be like a high OBP at the bottom. It's just like it's good. I feel like you could have it higher up. Like you could have maybe Verdugo lower. I'm not sure. I would play around with it, but you definitely have to re-level those skills on Ortiz. On the bench, oh, that's not a bad Bradley set. Although if you were ever to use it again, which I wouldn't, you would have to. Okay, there's the batter's chemistry. Perfect. Yeah, a lot of legend sets, so that's crazy. Then starting off on the pitching side, we have John Lomborg. Fireballer ace, touch sucks, but that's unfortunate. Not the worst for now. Definitely got to retrain though. The right side's way too high, so is the stamina. You need at least 30 to the left, less than 7 stamina, and no higher than 20 to the right. Nasty pitch, pretty low percentages, but it's usable for now for sure. Then we have Chris Sale, workhorse, Finn, Dom. I would definitely blue off Dom. I would also retrain. The right side's a little too high. Your left side needs a little more love. Deception specialist. I would swap this onto Lomborg since he has touch, and this nasty pitch onto Sale. Yeah, definitely got to get off Dom eventually. Workhorse, boss, ground baller on Pedro. Solid. Definitely retrain though. The right side's too high, and so is the stamina. The left side's just not high enough. Although his right side's high enough for S tier pitches, so be aware of that. But that looks good to me. I would maybe try to base that from fastball, so this way you can keep your left side as high as possible, but not a huge deal. Then we have Derek Lowe, 02, slow starter Finn. Definitely want a higher set eventually. Definitely got to retrain. The stamina's too high, and so is the right side. Nasty pitch starter, that's pretty solid. Then we have Clemens, no legend set. Definitely get a legend set on him for sure. That's the main priority before getting higher sets on other guys, is getting legend sets on everybody. So I would definitely do that. Definitely retrain as well. Same thing as everybody else. And then Dr. K, not the worst, but not the best. I mean, you could definitely just keep all the Dr. K or all the diamond trainers. Like, you don't got to be perfect with them. I'd strive to have them as best as possible. Like, I would use golds to try to get better ones and stuff. But for you, you definitely don't need to do any of that. And I probably wouldn't if I were you. Kimbrel, I'd probably retrain. Definitely get a legend set on him as well, but I'd probably retrain this. Stamina's a little just too high for my liking. Um, as well as the train, I mean, the skill set's pretty buns. You'd literally only have boss, basically touch is pretty useless. I'd probably just get a regular set as well if you're not going to get a legend set right away. But, yeah, I'd probably retrain that. Overwhelming pressure gold, that's pretty solid. And then the trainers, it's a lot of fastball, honestly. It's just really high. So yeah, I'd retrain. Then we have Matt Burns, 21, Fireballer Finn. Yeah, not the worst for now. Train looks good. Dr. K. If you can find a better one, OP's corner overwhelming pressure, corner master, nasty pitch backbreaker, I'd use one of those instead. Pitcher's Insight on Garrett Whitlock, that's a pretty bun set. I don't even know if I'd green this, but I guess since you were free to play, you could. Definitely retrain though. Stamina's way too high, so is the right side. And then you have, oh my god, overwhelming pressure, okay. Then we have Jansen, 24, another PI. I mean, you have at least Dom too, so you could use it, but yeah, I'd also retrain. Fastball's too high. You need left side to be 1-2 for special training. Quartermaster, that's alright. Keith Folky. Control Master, it's alright. Definitely retrain though. Is how I would go about that for sure. I mean, I guess you could green it for like one gold skill. I don't know if I would. I wouldn't say that's great advice. And then we have Rolly Fingers, pitcher's chemistry. Unfortunate, but it's good long term. Just unfortunate right now. I wouldn't even bother retraining him unless you get a real set on him to use. And then Uehara, Dom Touch Mess. Yeah, definitely want to get a legend set. Definitely retrain. Didn't even have to look at the train to know. But yeah, I would definitely retrain this. You just got too much fastball. Too much right side, not enough left. The stamina at 6 isn't the worst. But overall, pretty solid looking squad. Got some nice cards. I mean, you got the Vasquez, you got the Verdugo, you got the bets on the nice set and all that, so it looks good to me. Alright, last but not least, we have another clubmate of mine, and fellow YouTuber, ABT, and his Texas Rangers team. Also, my co-owner of our Twins together, which is pretty buns, but it's getting there. 126 overall Rangers team. Pretty mid if you ask me. I think my teams are all better by far. No, I'm just kidding. Good team. I think it's G1 now, consistently. So that's good, of course. I will say he still is the biggest idiot for getting rid of a Cal Ripken Supreme because he wanted to be Texas Rangers only, and for a certain craft on a certain live stream of a certain top 5 starting pitcher for the Rangers. But not my place to talk. Anyway, starting off, Corey Seager, 23, Pioneer Charisma, Batting Machine, perfect levels, good set. Train's pretty solid. I mean, you don't really need the speed here. You could just go for a higher left side and drop some speed eventually. Batting eye, not the best, but not the worst for sure. I mean, and if you ever get ground baller, you could easily retrain this for sure. Drop out of speed, put way more field, and all that stuff. 73i. Yep, he hits that, so that's perfect. I remember working on him with the DTs a while ago before the showcasing, so the DTs might not need as much changing as before, but overall looks pretty good to me. This trainers are really nice as well. Literally only to power and eyes. Oh my god. Literally only to power eye is pretty crazy, if you ask me. Then we have Elvis Andrews, 19, Born to Be a Star, 5-tool charisma. Levels are great. Train is pretty solid as well. In terms of trainers, that looks good to me. I think this is just a 90 train, or maybe it's 95. Hold up, that's 80. That's 80. So yeah, it might be 95. It looks like a 95 train because this is got to be 95. So that's good. And luckily with Andrews, his general stats training is going to power and eye. And speed, of course, but the power and eye gets the heavy focus, which is good because you want your left side to be focused out of 5-tool. So keeping 95 here would be good because it actually focuses on the left side more. And then we have Taper Star Masterclass. Pretty low percentages. You could consider crafting this if I were you, using a gold, like a real good gold, like a leading hitter, line drive machine, power hitter, or shit, I'm forgetting the third or the fourth. Sorry, leading hitter, power hitter. Either way, you get the point. This is definitely like a craft worthy one that's pretty bad. Then we have Pudge Rodriguez, Contact Master 5-2 Charisma. I know he uses this more as a hitter, but he uses an elite fielding. I don't really know what he's doing with this card. He really confuses me. Like, I don't really know. I don't know what he's trying to get out of this card anymore. He wants it as a hitter, but I don't really know. Either way, yeah, you can keep the elite feeling here. Really, that's a crazy percentage there, but overall, it's a pretty solid card. I mean, he does hit the bonuses for Contact Master and all that stuff, so that looks pretty good to me. Then we have Adolis Garcia, who he's pulled for the third time, or he's pulled 3 times or something like that. Yeah, pretty brutal. Looks pretty good to me. I mean, Born to Be a Star, Charisma, Slugger Instinct. His power is pretty low. You could try to maybe get his power up a little more, get a little less con, but make sure it's within 20, just because he is on SI. You could also try Born to Be a Star at 4 and have SI at 7. I don't know if it'll do any better necessarily, but you could always try that out if you have the resets. But it looks pretty good to me otherwise. Definitely needs that speed in the field. Not the field, sorry, the speed for the outfield. Then we have 7, 20, Semi and 23, one of the better prime arts for sure. Chancemaker, 5-tool, BIU. I wouldn't really have him in the 5 spot. I'd probably move him around. BIU and 5-tool sucks, but not the worst. I'd probably move him around. Yeah. Home run hitter in percentage. Yeah, I would probably move him. I'll keep checking out the skills, but I'd probably move him around. I've heard that Chance doesn't do too bad in the 6 hole. I've heard for some people like Chance, like their Chance sets literally only work in the 6 spot and things like that. So you could potentially play around with that. Then you have Nick Solak, Babble Hitter, Spotlight, Slugger Instinct. Not the best. I mean, he's a pretty bad card. He's in center field as well. Pretty low right, but I mean all your outfielders have pretty low rights. 111, 103. Yeah, not great there. I'd probably craft this as well. Never going to hit that percentage at DH, so I'd probably throw that in the craft with the Andrews TSM. Then we have Hank Blaylock, Chancemaker, Spotlight, Batting Machine. Pretty unfortunate combos. I mean, you need a new third baseman in general, to be honest. Like, I mean, he's a high power. Like, on a chance, you don't want power at all. Like, so I would get rid of all the power shit on this card entirely. But the problem is your 2 supporting skills literally, I mean, Batting Machine, I guess, isn't power. But anyways, yeah, it's just unfortunate. I mean, yeah, this is solid TSM, 66 speed. 2 more, yeah, I wouldn't legend base that. I mean, if you wanted, you could try some diamonds to try to get it up 2 more, but I don't know. I wouldn't do it. It's the table side. Yeah, I don't know. I probably wouldn't. Then we have Rafael Palmeiro, Batter's Insight, Strength and Strength, Charisma, perfect levels, never short Batter's Insight. Train looks solid. I mean, I mean, since you have the trainer so high for I'd probably retrain. You can go with a little more field, but I would short I a little more just to see his Batter's Insight. You'll get plus 20. So this will get up to 159. So if you can get contact and power a little higher, that'd be great. And then I'd throw this batting eye into craft as well. It's pretty shit percentages and it's out of position. So I would just drop that as well. So those 3 I would just drop. They have Joey Gallo. Wow, you have way too many chances. That's unfortunate. As well. Good train. I would base that out of power if I were you. Power is 70. Yeah, that'll never be hit. But yeah. Pretty unfortunate, honestly. You could just throw Gallo back in center so that the percentages are hit, because it's not like Solak's hitting any percentages. So like you could just throw him back in center. I would probably just do that, honestly. Ugh. Yeah, I don't really know what to do with the order. You have a lot of chance and just a lot of stuff. But I would craft the 3 diamond trainers, so the Palmeiro one, the Solak one, and the Andrews one. Look for something better. I would just craft those. They're pretty shit. Then we have Darvish 13 Prime, Fireballer, Fin Ace. I guess the levels work. I mean, I don't really. It's hard to gauge. The train's not bad. I mean, fastball is really low, but the left side's really nice. As long as he hits S tier, I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, he definitely hits Fin, that's for sure. 73. So, not really sure what you're doing by the base stat adjust here. I would undo it. You're literally losing that second percentage there, and it's the better percentage of the two. So, I would definitely undo that base stat right now. And it's not like this really affects anything anyway. So, yeah, you got to get that undone. Then we have Martin Perez, Fireballer, Finn, Dom. Definitely got to blow off Dom eventually if you can. 3-3 sets, so that's nice. Train's not bad. Perfect right side, it's only at 20, so that's good. The left side, I mean, the velocity's pretty low. So, I mean, obviously he's meant to hit Finn here. As long as fastball, as long as he hits S-tier pitches, it's not a big deal, I guess, then as well. Then we have John Matlack. Pitchers inside Dom, Finn. You need a new set. I wouldn't even bother bluing whatever. I would retrain too. Right side's too high, left side's... I mean, it's 31, but the right side's just too high. You could definitely put a little to the left. Overwhelming pressure to starter. That's really nice. Frick you. Then we have Lance Lynn, Control Master, Dom Boss. Low levels, definitely could use a higher level set. Imagine if you had like a starting pitcher sig you could replace him with. Definitely retrain as well. Stamina's too high. Right side's good levels. Good side, good-ish, but yeah. And then really low percentage overwhelming pressure, but it is a starting pitcher, so that's nice. Then we have Jordan Lyles, Co-op Findom. Terrible card. Definitely retrain though. I mean, you might even need this high of a right for S-tier pitches, so I guess you could keep it. Then you have Bad Breaker, starting pitcher. So yeah. Then we have Neil Kotz, Co-op Finn, Iron Will. Well, he has a lot higher fastball than I thought he would, to be honest. I hope this wasn't a legend-based stat adjust. I'm going to hope that this was a diamond, because it's a low-level set. Definitely reacher. No, the right side's a little high. Left side's not high enough. Zone control. Could definitely throw this into a combo or into a craft eventually. It's pretty bad. Then we have a Aroldis Chapman, co-op, pitcher coordinator. Eventually, when you get a third, I'd swap him with Kotz. Put Kotz probably in middle relief after. Good train as well. Looks good to me. Zone control again. Not the worst percentages. Break at 72. Yeah, not exactly ideal. Could probably swap that on somebody else. Probably not Kotz, but yeah, you could probably swap that on somebody else or just craft that. Zone control's pretty buns. They have Joe Nathan, co-op Finn, Crossfire. I've no clue. You could test out some different leveling with like co-op at 4, Crossfire at 7 or 8. I've heard it's pretty good. I just got that on my Gagne, so I'm not really sure what to do yet. Rising Fastball Specialist, that's really nice. That's really nice. Honestly, put this on Chapman and then put that zone control from Chapman onto him and get his break to 72. I'd probably look at doing that. That's what, 16 and then 6, so he hits 10. Perfect. Then Koji Uehara, Prime, Fireballer, Finn, Fireballer, Mass. Definitely got to do a retrain. Definitely just eventually a better skill set. Rising Fastball Specialist, that's pretty solid. Then we have Jeff Zimmerman, Bullpen Day, Dom Touch, not great. Touch, I mean. Train looks solid to me. Cornerback Master, that's nice. I'd probably move this Cornerback Master onto Chapman, actually. You want to have your best diamond trainers on your best guys, which would be setup. So I'd probably put that on Chapman once he's in and have that there. I'd also have this Rising Fastball Specialist on your setup 2, or you can keep it on Nathan if he's your setup 1. Yates, hopefully pitchers cam, perfect. And then Leclerc, Bullpen Day, Iron Will, Mass, good levels. Perfect. Really, wow, that train's nasty. That's a really good train. Zone control, you need at least a better gold. I don't care if it's out of position, because zone control just sucks. You just need a better one for sure. But overall, really good team. Another club mate, of course. I mean, he has his team supreme, I guess. But yeah, still crazy that he got rid of that Ripken. But overall, really good. Thank you guys again for watching another showcase in the Bucks. If you guys find yourself here often, make sure you're subscribed, make sure to like, and if you've been subscribed for a while and you find yourself here a lot, feel free to check out the channel memberships. Nobody's obligated to, but it is there for you guys. If you guys have any suggestions on what I could do better for you guys for the channel memberships, feel free to let me know. With that, we'll see you guys in the next video.